Paul, it's not very late. I'm a bit stoned. I've had a busy week running my cafe on my own. Grinding it out, my friend. We're just grinding it out. I'm waiting. Just waiting. I'm holding my breath. I'm all right. I'm earning money. I'm working hard. And I'm waiting for the end to begin. And I know it's about to begin. The work that you and Michael are doing is going to change the world. I believe it. I just left a message to Michael about Euler's rigid body axis theorem. I believe the model that Michael's built, that he showed me, that has the red pulsing atomic center, that when you look down from the top, there is a moment where it has 12 sides. That little baby, you split that atom using Euler's rigid body axis theorem, introducing Leve. This is where he sits. Euler says that any displacement of the surface equals one rotation at the center. And you can take that down to nth scale and prove that that's still true. And this is where Leve then comes in, because by analyzing that concept using shear force flow, you find that the rigid body must be hollow. There must be a hollow in a rigid body. So the atomic center is hollow, but it's really small. It's so small that it doesn't actually exist. But it can be assessed theoretically using the logic, using your models, but with this logic to split it dimensionally. The mass of the universe, the Earth is the center of the universe. The mass of the universe is so huge, but it's rotating. We know it's rotating. We measure angular momentum. It's a conserved property. Why? Because it has momentum. Momentum about what? It must be pivoting relative to something, and it's relative to its hollow center, which is so small it doesn't exist. Imagine the tip of a wave as it breaks as a fractal. So you've got a fractal, look at a fractal, and imagine what the tip of that fractal in existence of action, it's twisting as it grows. The twist action must untwist each rotation. So any displacement on this shell of this surface of this planet creates one rotation at the center. So we kick the center of this planet through our action of positive behavior, because it's -1. It's the motion about which we rotate. The center is fixed by the outside of the universe. And Paul, this is where you are so right. It's not radius, it's diameter. Forget radius here. You're analyzing the universe. You use the simplest mathematics possible, which is just of the hollow. So take your rigid body and look at it as a sphere, and take the center and just inflate it in your mind. See it now as a hollow center at the center of the planet about which we're rotating. The center of that hollow is somewhere there, isn't it? It does have a radius theoretically. You could measure it and poke at it, but it's its diameter that you're measuring, and its diameter is Planck's constant, 6.626. The diameter of that hollow is an energy second, a meter second, simultaneous time. It brings into my time particle theory, which I want to link into this stuff you're doing. Really excited. I don't know how to do it, but I think it'll just do it by you can input this logic about Euler's rigid body axis theorem equals -1. Those are your constants. Split the atom. It's a moment of spatial and temporal coherence of a wave that doesn't actually exist. It can't. The still point, where everything is still, exists theoretically, because we imagine it. It's the imaginary unit. It's 0 and infinity. 0 over infinity. Infinite potential in the power of 0. Yeah. So it must be right. It's not infinite. It's infinite square. It's infinite to the power of 0. Wow. That's the dimension. Infinite to the power of 0. Planck's constant. It's a meter second. The duration of energy. Brilliant. I feel like the crazy professor tonight. In a story, in a film, right, in which we will star, when someone incredibly handsome will play me. Ah, fuck. Yeah. We'll look back and we'll laugh. And I'm looking forward to this. Michael was talking about a pirate's holiday. Imagine that. Get a boat. Yeah, have a holiday with pirates. Imagine that. Imagine that could happen. I know it's very, 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 very unlikely, but just by talking about it, we made it a bit more possible, didn't we? Let's go. Follow the Rebel King. Someone's got to win.